Happy Tuesday and welcome back to Online Number Corner with Mrs. Quiddick. Today we have our last day of March. Woohoo! I wore green because of St. Patrick's Day in March and just because I feel like green is March's color. But pretty soon we're going to move into April. Starting on Wednesday, we have our last calendar mark here on Tuesday. Yesterday, it was a 7 o'clock digital time, which means it would be maybe an alarm clock is what our calendar piece looks like. So I'm curious what today is going to be for the last day of March. Tad is still here joining us. We're going to be working with Tad more in the following weeks with jumping on the number line and hundreds chart and all that wonderful stuff. But days in school, we know that we've already been in school for 100 days. And yesterday, does anyone remember how long we were in school yesterday? We did all these great equations with 120. If you thought 120, you were correct. That was from yesterday's number corner. So today would be what? If we were in school for 120 days yesterday, and then today is another day in school, that would be 121. Awesome job. So down here on our days in school, we have 100, 110, 120. So Mrs. Quiddick is going to add our mark for 121 days in school. Tad is so excited. It's kind of fun matching with Tad. Kind of fun. And then now for our calendar piece today. Drum roll, please. It is an analog clock. Very nice. So we had a digital clock, now an analog clock. I'm excited to see what April's going to have for us. So let's hop on over and do our number corner notebook together. And welcome back to Online Number Corner with Mrs. Quiddick. So you should have your Online Number Corner notebook and a pencil. So again, you may always feel free to pause the video if you need time to catch up, get situated, whatever you need to do. Just hit pause and then continue on with me. So for Online Number Corner, if I open up my notebook, I have our page from yesterday, March 30th. And we were in school for 120 days as of yesterday. We had a digital clock, and you also had some equations to practice. Now I'm going to turn the page just to my next blank page to do our number corner for today, March 31st. So our first step is to divide our notebook in half. And then to put the date up here in the box. So I'm going to write March, big capital M, A-R, March. Nice and neat. Try to have your letters touch the line, nice evenly spaced. And then today is the 31st. st, and the year stays the same, 2020. If you want to draw a little picture for March, you are more than welcome to do that, but we're going to keep going with our Online Number Corner. So March 31st, 2020, if yesterday we were in school for 120 days, then today we would be in school for how many days? 121. Oh my goodness, 121. That's kind of a fun number to say. 121. So I'm going to start giving with an equation that I'm going to give you, but I want you to think of your own equations, just like how we do in school. So my equation today, just to start us off, is going to be 20 plus 1 plus 100 equals 121. Since we're in these really big numbers, we need to be very careful of our place value. Place value means when we look at 121, the 1 is in the ones column, the 2 is in the tens. So if I had 2 bundles of popsicle sticks, that'd be 20, 10 plus 10, and then the ones, is where the one is. It's kind of easy to remember. And then 100, these are the hundreds. So when we're writing our equations, we need to be very careful of our place value, because if I added an extra 0 to the 2, or if I took away a 0 from the 100, my answer would not be correct. So this is where Number Corner is getting pretty exciting, since we're in these big, big numbers. So I want you just to take some time on your own and think of some equations all the way down that equals to 121. I want you to pause the video, take your time. I'm going to write some equations myself as well, and then we'll come on back for our calendar piece. So you may pause the video, write down your equations for 121, and then we'll come on back together. And what I really want you to do is to really focus on using the correct place value for the 100s, the 10s, the ones during this time. If you have an older brother or sister, they can check your equations. If your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa are present, they can check your equations as well. But we're just taking our time with this Number Corner today. We're in no rush. I really want you just to think of really unique equations for 121, which I know you all can do. Good luck, and we'll come back together for our calendar piece. All right, welcome back. I hope you had a ton of fun writing your equations. Here are some that Mrs. Quiddick thought of. I thought of 100 plus 10 plus 10 plus 1 equals 121. I thought of 122 minus 1 equals 121. 125 minus 4 equals 121. 121 plus 0 plus 2 minus 2 equals 121. And 121 minus 1 plus 1 equals 121. Whew, a lot of ones and twos in there. So awesome job on those equations. Again, I would love for you to take a picture and post it on Seesaw. That makes me so happy to see that we're still rocking our equations while at home. Now, let's do our calendar piece. It's kind of nice just to take our time doing Number Corner together. Alrighty, I'm going to put a 31 at the bottom since it's March 31st. And I'm going to draw our analog clock. Here, let's bring our calendar piece right there. Now, when drawing your clock, it's okay if your clock does not look perfect, because clocks are kind of hard to draw. Remember Mrs. Quiddick's trick with the 6 and 12 and the 3 and 9? Kind of helps even out your clock. If you're ever maybe just bored at home or want something to do, practice drawing clocks. Very important skill to know how to read a clock and how to draw a clock. Now, our time is 8 o'clock because the big hand is pointing to the 12, which means that the end of the time is going to be 0 because no minutes have passed yet. And then the small hand is pointing to the 8, which means that is the hour. So 8 o'clock is our time for our analog friend. Now yesterday, I just want to remind myself, yesterday we wrote the clock and the time with some facts. So we're going to do that same thing. Remember, last day of March, this one might look a little bit different tomorrow. So let's write the word clock. clock. And it is a analog clock. Ana plus log. Then we'll do the time, which we just did. Time has the long I sound, which is 8 o'clock. Then we'll do some facts to practice our 5. So 10 plus 5. The goal is to have these facts come pretty fast to you. We're trying to memorize these facts, so at any point if someone asks you, what's 5 plus 5? You'll be able to say 10. So these should come pretty speedy. We're trying to get a little bit faster with our facts. So once you have written your answer for all of these 5 facts, then you are all done. Thank you for joining me for Number Corner today. I really, really appreciate it. Tomorrow, get excited because it's April. So April will be really fun to do together. Online, we'll still continue to do this every day. Really good practice forming your numbers. Make sure you have no backwards numbers. Really good practice for these equations. And since tomorrow is a new month, the bottom half will look very different. And I might teach you some more things to put in here too. So thank you for joining me.